Hello and welcome back to Paddling Pool 216. I'm Asek, joined here by Pat, and we are commentating the finals of this tournament. And we are seeing RR versus three baguettes. They have a much longer name than that, and I'm not going to say it. Maybe Pat J could. I know
Yes,
you can
I
at least
can.
speak French. Can you read up their full name?
Yes, well, let me get it. Trois baguettes
Oh,
avec
cool.
un Allemand with big poulet, which means 3 baguettes with a German with big chicken. I don't
That's
know.
a really funny team name.
Yep, but
I'm assuming it's a pickup with 3
Looks
French
like it.
people and then 1 person who's German. That's my assumption from that name.
Yeah, sounds like it.
But I'm excited to see this. We are going into Hagglefish zones, which is, honestly, we haven't been seeing as much Hagglefish recently. It's a map that's kind of fallen out of favor as the game has evolved. The flank rats seem like they're not quite as impactful as people thought, and the map is just a little bit too open sometimes, but it's still a very good map, in my opinion.
It's still a classic. It's still a map we know and love. We know how the dynamic goes on this map, and it's still a pleasure to watch. You know, there's so much back and forth on it,
Ooh.
and you can see so much good plays.
That's a new graphic. I haven't seen that graphic before.
It's been there for some time now.
It's been a long time since I've commentated Paddling Pool, but we are headed straight on into this, and we're seeing a double splash, V-dualies, and a machine. And we're seeing ballpoint, machine, splash, and Samper. Very meta weapons here. The V-dualies are pretty cool. That is double crab and tri-strike. That's actually pretty interesting comp. Because you get the double crab and you get the double splash in there, but it's 2 different splashes.
Yeah, a bit more an aggressive crab that's enabled by these jewelries, and I love to see these jewelries really use the crab. I think these weapons with like a small special point buff could really get a very good spot in the meta. And it looks like the baguettes are getting a few points, but right now RR, they were not minding the zones, they were minding the splats, and RR is getting almost the wipeout. One of the baguettes is jumping out.
One of the baguettes. But we do see they do have double crab at the ready, and they have Brie at the ready, but ooh, the machine goes down. That's going to be really bad for them. They're popping crab at the same time, just trying to put as much pressure onto the zone as they possibly can. But putting both of those crabs from the same angle, actually, they're kind of going to step on each other's toes there in a literal and metaphorical sense. I think it might have been better to stagger those crabs, but I'm not sure.
Looks like these 2 crabs did not accomplish that much. RR is pretty unfazed and keeping the zone right now. The baguettes finally getting in, pushing Uruguay and Sleepy away. It's a blind penalty, but RR is still in there.
And it does look like they are going to maybe be able to keep the zone here, but no. It is actually going to flip to RR yet again. The ballpoint in the Inkjet getting 1 pick, but ending up recalling before getting much else. The crab tanks fighting each other, and ooh, one of them snipes the other one in the face. The zone is just being very much contested right here. Splash pushing up to get the zone and backing up immediately. I'm assuming to farm another crab while the rest of their team pushes up. And I do think the splash is close to a crab at this point. We have a crab from the dualies coming out here. A crab from RR. Getting a pick on the Neo Splash after they get that tri-strike out. That's going to be pretty big. The pick on the dually as well. It looks like that is going to be 3 baguettes push getting shut down. Unless they can pull out a miracle of stalling here. But they are managing to stall pretty well here.
Yeah, they are still near the zone. They are not locked out yet, but it looks like RR is getting in. Almost. Is that a wipeout? Yes, it is. And it looks like RR is getting another lockdown and a chance to get rid of their penalty. And if they do, this could end very fast.
And we're seeing that splash actually hiding on that glass, trying to get their crab out. But, oh, the crab just got completely obliterated by that Inkjet, I think. And there goes that Samper, getting picked by the dualies. That's going to be really huge. RR is 2 down. Bomb comes out, securing pick on the zone, and they're flooding out into their plat. The dualies pushing up pretty far because they know they have the rolls to get themselves out if things get too hairy. And here comes the crab tank, forcing them to actually back out there. Shrek coming out, forcing the crab to move as well.
Looks like the baguettes are getting pushed out. It's just the crab tank left standing on the side of the baguette. They have to move away. Can they get the jump out or at least get something? It looks like they had the time to regroup with the machine there. That's going to be a trade, but at what cost? It looks like RR is almost rid of their penalty, but crab tank needs to get the zone. You need to get the zone, baguettes. You need it right now. Yes, they do. That's a lot of breathing room, and he pick on the stamper. He's going to get punished by the inkjet. Baguettes are still in the game, but they need a real control on the zone.
Ooh, Baguettes has RR almost completely contained in this one corner here, and I do believe that is going to be a lead flip unless RR pulls out something very cool here. But no, RR has gotten pushed back, and this is actually a really dangerous situation for them here.
If RR can, yes, they can get the zone back, and right now they just need to paint, and they could get this game won against RR.
Ooh. The zone is held in neutral, but just barely. Paint is in advantage of the Baguettes, but
that's it.
They know they have managed to get that down. Not quite.
Not a KO.
It all the way down to 2 when the game ends. That was a very back and forth game there. Very, very interesting.
Yeah, very good game by both teams, and 3 Baguettes getting the edge in the end. But RR was in control most of the time. It's just that final push, these few final encounters going their way and allowing them to get the lead and almost get the KO in the end. RR
that was that was a really good game there. I'm curious what RR is going to counterpick. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if we just see Zones resume again.
Yeah.
Oh, and there it is. There it is, the classic.
They lock
So this is clearly their default go-to counter pick.
Yeah, they select it and they all press A.
I want to know what kind of stuff they have prepared for this map, because it's clear they have something, but how in-depth is it? I'm really curious. But I doubt they're going to ever be able to share it, since it's probably a bit of a trade secret.
I mean, we've seen RR absolutely destroy Subcomet on this map mode. Now,
I would be very surprised if Baguettes manages to win this one. RR has this map practiced so much. It's down to a science. They literally play like clockwork. It's insane.
Especially since the Baguettes don't seem to have a backliner. I mean, didn't show one in the first game. And on Museum, having backlines is so good.
Yeah, it is going to be really interesting to see. And we are... Yeah, RR is already just completely readied up.
Oh yeah.
But Baguettes is struggling just a little bit with what their comp should actually be.
I mean, they know it's RR's counter pick, and they know it's the map mode that they want. You have to know what to prepare for. You have to discuss strategies. You have to discuss what to go, and we will see right now if RR or the Baguettes does some changes to their comp and the strategy.
Yes, indeed. And here we go, heading straight on into it. Oh, we're seeing double splash machine and V-dualies, and we're seeing, yup, the classic comp from RR. Pretty much just sticking 4 meta weapons together and calling it a day. I mean, those weapons are meta for a reason. They combo very well together. The Sampler machine can get absolute work done together. They have an insane amount of chip, an insane amount of combo potential together. Ooh, is this machine gonna get a pick on the Stamper here? Yart getting a pick on Inkblot potentially, but no, the 2v1 happens. And the trips are gonna come out, but no. Here's the Zipcaster. Zipcaster goes down.
looks like the three baguettes are giving a fight and getting down. Are getting the zones in their color right now. The baguettes are going to paint and neutralize at least. They're getting picked by the Stamper this time, and the Stamper is looking on that splash.
They are very much out of ink, and ooh, someone comes from behind, finishes them off. That was not a that was a very good play from Baguettes there, finishing off that Stamper. And it does look like it is 2-on-2, and the zone is potentially going to flip here. Maybe not.
Still no flip. Oh, and they finally get the zone, the Baguette supply penalty, and they really want it to sleep. He is going to protect the jump. That's going to allow RR to stay in the game, to continue the threat onto the zone directly, and the crab tank is going to come. He's going to flip the zone right away, and even though RR had the numbers disadvantage, they managed to get back the zone and get back control. Very good plays by RR.
Yeah, this team is very much playing like clockwork here. But we're just gonna have to. Three Baguettes is putting up a better fight than we've seen before, so there is still a chance that they can win this, especially with this crab tank coming out. Gonna get them a lot of space here. If their team can follow up, that's gonna be huge. The crab tank doesn't actually get any kills, but it does force that machine very far back. Another crab tank coming out from that same spot, fighting the other crab, but the crab goes down. Bria Bomb coming out, capping the zone. It's just the Stamper. Force it back up potentially here. I do believe they just jumped out, yeah. And here we see Three Baguettes turning the tables on them, turning the tides. They are now in their plat here, trying to stall out here. They do end up backing out here. They're forced to leave. But that Stamper goes down. That's going to be really huge for Three Baguettes.
Yeah, Three Baguettes is making a lot of points right now, and RR, it doesn't look like they are getting anywhere near the zone. Sleepy is trying to get the pigs with a jetpack, but not getting any, and shoot down again on the side of RR. Three Baguettes are in full control. They're gonna get the lead for themselves. That could be a KO right now. Three Baguettes are so strong the moment they figure things out. But right now it's just a splash. RR might be right back in. They apply penalty and they are in control. RR, they need to get rid of that penalty and get the leads. Three Baguettes, they showed a lot, but two down, that's it.
Yeah, this is a lot closer than you might think. RR is really close to KO right now. They are about 20 seconds off. Three Baguettes has not that much time to do something, or else this game is going to end. And here comes the Bria Bomb and the crab tank coming out. Zone is close to getting capped. It's at 7. Lead flip, but the zone is neutralized.
What?
If they cap the zone here, that's going to be really huge for them. But if they don't cap it, then that might be the nail in the coffin. 2-on-2 on each side. Three Baguettes does have the advantage in paint, though, and they do manage to get the lead. Or not the lead, but they do get the zone. Ooh.
Well, Three Baguettes, they don't need that because they have less than a minute to get the lead back, and they have quite a big penalty to get rid of. Still 30 points before they can get that lead back for themselves. Such a small lead, but in zones with the penalty, you don't need a big lead to have quite the advantage. But right now, that penalty is almost done. And if Three Baguettes manage to keep the zone, oh, it's just a gap. That's gonna be it. Ooh. And with a wipeout and everybody up on the side of RR, Three Baguettes, they need a miracle. That's going to go to our 1-1, I think.
Yeah, they have about 10 seconds to cap the zone here. But they are not going to give up. Bria Bomb is going to come out. That's actually going to be huge if the Bria Bomb can land in time. No, it doesn't quite land. That would have neutralized the zone if it had come out just a little bit earlier.
If you are
very well played there.
Yeah. If you are joining us, this is the finals, and RR just got game 2 on their counter pick, but it was so close. 3 baguettes with 1 German and chicken.
are very strong, and it's their turn to counterpick.
Yeah, that's really interesting that who we've seen dominate on that map. That was a close game. Closer than you'd really think.
Yeah, that was quite a comeback, and almost a comeback to the comeback by the three baguettes, but just not enough. And as you said, RR, they're like clockwork on this map mode. Seeing three baguettes really bringing it to the end, really getting the comebacks, really making it so close. That spells trouble for RR, and that means the three baguettes. When they choose the map mode, they could really make it painful on RR.
Yes, indeed. I'm really curious to see what three baguettes is going to. I really want to see what they're going to counterpick here. Very interesting. Their comp isn't as quirky as the other teams we've seen. But they definitely, I can feel the difference in playstyle between the two teams.
I mean, three baguettes doesn't have a backline. Meanwhile, RR has so much more range between the stamper and the ballpoint.
Yeah, they definitely have a very mid-rangey comp. So those long-range maps are really beneficial for them. So maybe three baguettes could choose something a little shorter range, or something where it's a lot easier to rush people down. Maybe Flounder or something? That... I'm not sure.
I feel like Flounder would be a good pick for them. Yeah.
We're just gonna have to see. And I am curious what the mode is gonna be that they do counterpick, because I feel like zones might be their least comfortable mode since they don't have a backline. I feel like they might... I'm feeling like Clams or Rainmaker counterpick here.
I mean, if they've watched RR semifinals, they've seen them be a bit have a bit of issues on the Clan Blitz and getting pushed by Subcomet. So I think that's a possibility.
Yeah, I'm really curious.
With the
but they are taking their time to think. I can only imagine the discussion that's going on right now. Because this is a pretty stressful spot to be in.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's the finals. You have to bring your best, and you're pretty tired from shredding through a tournament.
Yeah, and if you lose this next one, that's really bad. This game is really important. It's basically best of 3 right now. And losing the first game of a best of 3 is not very good for you.
Either way, that was the first map that 3 baguettes dropped in this final, in this bracket. They were.
Oh really? Have they been winning every single other game?
Yeah, they were just destroying until now, but RR is a whole different beast. Right now, they don't know how to counterpick. They haven't counterpicked that yet, and as you said, they very much sound like a pickup. So with a pickup, it's always a bit harder to choose a counterpick.
Apparently, they ask for the map pool, and their captain has to translate it, which is that's a problem that you don't really expect to have a lot of the time. But it does look like we're back. We're back here again. We're on Clam's Inkblot. We're back, guys. We're back.
Yes. Well, it's
this has been
that RR knows well.
And it seems like that they have also struggled on this map mode a decent amount, which is I can definitely see why they would counterpick this one.
Yeah, and I feel like this is the kind of map mode where the mid-range aggressivity that RR displays can be countered best. Especially with like the kind of combat the baguettes have shown. They can very much get in and get the points. As long as you manage to put the ball in the basket, you're good here.
Yep, as long as as long as nobody installed the Clam Blitz Ball force field around their basket.
And double machine on the side of the baguettes. No.
Oh, this is
No
a
more
really
beef
interesting
patty.
comp, actually.
Yep. Meanwhile,
Uh,
RR still with the exact same comp.
Yep, staying true to their comp. Through the thick and the thin.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're seeing trips coming out. The Inkjet kind of got popped a little bit too far back. And here comes the crab as well. This is going to get some value. It's going to make people scatter at the very least, maybe even get some kills, and it looks like it has gotten a couple of assists. And Baguettes is now 3 down, just 1 machine left to try and defend here.
Are trying to make a Super Bowl, but they just threw all their clams and gave them to the baguettes who picked them up. And right now the baguettes are the ones trying to get back in. RRRR is going to get picked with the stamper on their super jump. The baguettes are on the attack now, and thank you for the ball, by the way.
But we are going to see... Ooh, that machine is actually going to be really good position there, hitting 2 people with 1 slash. That was really frightening. Inkjet is coming out from RR, pressuring their court here, trying to see just what value they can get. Oh, Crab Tank also gets a pick here. That's going to be really good for RR here. Getting them 3 down. That's a huge stagger, and they're certainly going to be able to make a push here.
RR has control of the platform, but it took them extra time to get the clams. It's like getting control of the clams at the same time as the map is still a bit hard for RR, but RR finally with points on the board. And with control of the basket area, but still no more clams are going to get in. The baguettes are going to force the jump away, get that control and get back into lead. Start collecting clams and start getting that crab tank.
Abiyam comes out but doesn't quite manage to land. And we see the splash backing out after the crab tank, trying to play a little bit safer. They do have a lead. They can't play super stally. But ooh, the Ink Strike taking out that ball point jump marker. It's going to be very good for blue baguettes. Ooh, with RR2 down, that's going to be a huge momentum swing. Is that going to be a wipe? I think that was a wipe.
I don't know if the stamper was already down, but it looks like everybody's on the defense right now. That's going to be a booyah on the stamper's face. The basket is open for the 3 baguettes, and the second ball is going to get in. Gave in the lead. That booyah bomb is not going to do much, not even gonna save the super jump out. The 3 baguettes, they got the lead with 2 minutes left, but now they're on the defense.
Yes, indeed. And time is kind of dwindling in this game, so you can kind of start to think about stalling at this point. I think it's still too early to really try to turtle down, but at this point in time, if these people just try to start wasting time, that's going to be pretty good for them. Oh, but no, there goes the ball. But they are 2 down here, and they don't really have control of the basket. Yet again, another just single ball push, and that's going to be a wipeout.
A wipeout, and they don't even get the lead. That is so good for the 3 baguettes. Aka with 7 clams is already on the attack. He's going to make a ball, pass it to one of the machines. RR, it's their turn to defend, even though they don't have the lead. Aka, ooh, very nice punish by the stamper. Love to see it. That's dodging pretty much everything that the stamper is casting in, creating some havoc and forcing the 3 baguettes to defend however they want. The fights are all over, but it looks like the 3 baguettes are keeping control of their side of the map and not very phased by RR's attack. That Rice Track is going to force the crab tank to drop out of the stack and lose its vantageous position.
Ooh. Yeah, they have to be, I think I guess have to be really careful here, because as of right now, a single ball would take that out, would take the lead. But no, they've gotten a huge push in, actually. Lots of scoring here, 19 away. If someone could grab that pity and jump, that would be the end of the game. But it's not quite going to happen.
Yes, it looks like RR have control of their basket back. But with just 10 seconds left, they need a huge push. And it looks like they're already in position to do so with Inkjet. Already on the attack, the Super Bowl opening the basket, and we just need 30 more points. That's 10 clams. 64 points right now. That's going to be a wipeout. And the Baguettes are one game away from being your paddling pool champions.
Very, very interesting there. That was a really good game. That was yet again kind of low scoring. It's really interesting to see such a low scoring game at such a high level.
Yeah, I mean, it's like RR's really struggles on this map mode, and every team can smell it. But I feel like with RR's very much control-oriented gameplay, they deny the enemy from getting big pushes, and when they get control of the enemy basket, they don't have enough clams to really capitalize off of it, and that's why we end up with not so many points scored on either side.
Yeah, having those control-heavy comps is only good if you can actually back up your control with clams, and not if you can actually gain space. But because you have to work so hard to gain space in clams, and holding it comes afterwards, actually having the resources to hold space once your push starts going is going to be really hard. I think their comp is very strong at holding space when they have all of their members alive, but as soon as they start going down, I think their control weakens a lot.
Yeah, looks like it. But speaking of space, we are going to the wide open sea on Manta Maria zones.
This is a really interesting map. I mean, it makes sense that RR is just spamming zones counter picks, because they have performed so well on zones. But they have to be able to win a game that isn't zones. Even if they win this counter pick, they have to win RR's counter pick as well.
But they need to win this one first. The Baguettes are looking to end it right here, right there. Double machine is coming back. Still no changes from RR, that's what we expect. And both teams are getting in. Looks like...
Yeah.
Are good paints.
Yeah. Both teams are taking a little bit of a slow entry, with the Tri-Strikes coming out immediately. But they didn't really get that much use. I think they might have been misthrown. In this Inkjet, toying with the void below. And they do manage to... does the recall go out? No.
Ooh!
The recall gets picked off by the dualies.
Right now.
And the Stamper gets rushed down as well, and that is going to be a wipeout. 4 baguettes on RR. They're going to be able to push up into street very easily at this point, and just try and hold control. This is where RR's zones kind of pick is going to kind of blow up in their face here.
Yeah, this is the kind of map mode where an aggressive team can do so much for a lockdown. And the 3 baguettes are so aggressive right now and getting the points. They are already halfway to a KO.
And there goes the trips. But they aren't quite going to get a pick here. And the zone is almost contested, being held onto by a hair. The duelie's getting that pick on the Stamper while they're inside of their Zipcaster.
And 2 down. There's still no penalty. Oh, yes, there is finally. RR gets some breathing space. They manage to get control of both zones at the same time. If they can get rid of that Julius, they do. They could finally score a bit more points. Get to really get control. It looks like the 3 baguettes are not going anywhere.
Yes, indeed. And it does look like they are kind of being forced back out here. 3 baguettes, that is. Trying to use specials to get their way back in, but they used it maybe a little bit too early. And here comes that Booyah Bomb, trying to get some space. Things just aren't really landing here. Their pushes are kind of falling apart. They are lacking some sort of cohesion here. But that being said, they might just have the swing that they need. Getting a decent amount of kills on RR. They can at least neutralize the zone and try and hold some space here. But they have to push forward here, and that crowd tank is going to make it just a little bit tricky. And yeah, there goes that machine. But the other machine fighting that crab tank. The dualies fighting as well, trading with the splash. I don't know if it's going to be enough for them to cap the zone here.
Penalty is still not applied, but it's just a ballpoint on the side of RR. 3 baguettes are going to apply penalty and get back control and as again move forward as much as they can. This is when the baguettes are at their most dangerous and can score a big time.
Yeah, being in this situation, this is really the place you want to be in zones. Playing on retake is really awkward. Oh, wow!
Never mind. RR
That was just an insta wipeout.
Yep. Looks like RR are now initiating the lockdown and they can take positions that are very safe for them with that movement advantage.
Ooh.
And they are that crab tank absolutely erased from existence. That should be the lead coming for RR.
Yes, indeed, but the beer arm comes out. The leads does swap, but not by a whole lot here. The game is pretty much tied up, especially if they can cap the zones here and get rid of this penalty. And it does look like they are able to do that. One else jumping out, and that is going to be a soft wipe on RR.
Yeah, the baguettes finally getting control again. They have not that much of a penalty before they can get that lead back. They need to keep control of the zones, and right now it looks like they are with 3v2. If they can get rid of that crab, they do. They should be able to score much more points, and they have an option to winning these finals here and there. Sleepy has to move back with the ballpoint. That machine right under the ledge, so dangerous, forcing so many members from RR to be so slow.
And we are just a few points away. It's just the ballpoint in a jetpack. That's going to be it. The 3 baguettes are your paddling pool winners.
Very good games. That's what was really good to watch. Just both teams had very interesting playstyles. I am a big fan of this meta. I think this meta is very fun. Ballpoint being meta is so cool. I think Ballpoint is like the coolest weapon in the entire game, and the fact that it's meta is really cool.
It is. I think it's going to stay that way.
Yeah, unless they never nerf it, which, I mean, given Nintendo's track record with Ballpoint, who knows? And also the new season is going to throw a wrench in the works because, missiles, yay! So we'll see. I'm really excited to see what the new season brings, what the new meta looks like, to see if it's really what we're going to think it is. I am really curious. But that is going to be us. That's going to be it for us today. Pat, where can these people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at @PatOrTom with underscores in between, and it's written on your screen. And Asect, where can people find you?
I'm Asect, A-C-E-C-T, on YouTube, and Asect with 4 T's on Twitter and Twitch. I upload kind of frequently. I've been streaming a little bit more. I've been thinking of getting into doing coaching streaming. If you have a replay you want coached, and I'm doing a coach stream, then yeah. But that is going to be us. That is going to be it for us today. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was very fun to get commentating again. It's been a while since I've commentated Paddling Pool, and it's really fun, I've got to say. I've missed this.
Yeah, that was a pleasure to commentate, especially with you, Asect. And say hi to Jude for us as we're waiting, and thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.
Yep, bye-bye.